When we were asked to write about 2 different places we had lived, and with all the readings being about moving or migration, I could only think of my parents coming to Virginia from Egypt. But that was years before I was born. They were married in Egypt and came to the U.S., and they had 2 kids, me and my sister. And we were born in the U.S. and lived in Richmond, Virginia, our whole lives in Hanover County in the same house. So the biggest change I could think of was when I went from living into a 4-person nuclear family down to a single parent family. And though we didn't change houses after this, it wasn't a physical move, it definitely changed the way my space and place was and the dynamic of my family. And really the way me and my family lived was completely different from then on. Unfortunately, my mother was diagnosed with cancer and passed away in 2013 after a 2-year-long battle. We knew going into it that it would be hard to treat a stage 4 cancer, and after a certain point we also knew it was terminal. But that didn't prepare us for the obstacles we'd have to overcome and the slack each of us would have to pick up to fill the hole that was now in our family. Starting with my father, he had to provide for and care for 2 teenage girls who could be very difficult at times. I had to help my sister and be a role model and help around the house, even though I was still growing up and still just as confused as she was. And my sister had to be brave and be there for us as well. Though the 3 of us are doing fine, we don't have all the strengths that we once had in our family. The biggest weakness right now is we don't have really a clear way to resolve arguments, even if they're silly. In rebuilding, we've seen that we can rebuild, but it would never really be the same as it once was. However, we've, I think, grown to appreciate each other more and appreciate what we have and push past all that pain because we still have a lot of love to go around. Food on our plates every night, a roof over our head, and financial stability even in a single income household. And that's what we've learned from all this, and I think what people can learn from painful experiences is that everyone's carrying a load that puts a weight on their shoulders, but we'd be surprised about how light ours is compared to somebody else's, the person right next to us even. So in realizing that, I've learned to appreciate what I do have instead of what I don't. I still miss my mom every day, and I still think about her a lot and wish she was with me in my life, and nothing would change that. But when I look at my dad and my sister, I'm so grateful that I still have them, and they're more than enough family, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. And I remind them of that so that they know that we shouldn't take what we have for granted anymore.